Depending on the type of device you're watching this video on, you may have noticed a new feature added to YouTube that appears just above the title of this video, and that is hashtags. And this is something YouTube just added recently, and while it might not seem like that big a deal, I actually think this has the potential to significantly change the way we use YouTube and the whole site, in some cases at least. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Now, these hashtags apparently only show up at the moment if you're using Android or the web. So it doesn't show up on iOS. I'm assuming that's going to be added very quickly. And the idea is that these hashtags will be taken from the description. So the first 3 hashtags that appear in the description will show up above the title of any video. So you could theoretically go out now, and I'm assuming they work on every video. I don't think there's a limit to subscribers or something like that that you have to have. Although keep in mind, it might not be instant. So for example, I added a Prime Day hashtag for my Prime Day sales video, and it didn't show up right away. It took at least a few hours. I only checked the next day and it was there, but it doesn't seem to be any like popularity limits or something. I think you can just pretty much use any hashtag. And of course, the purpose of these hashtags is to make it so you can find other videos that relate to that hashtag. So you can do that in a few ways by clicking on a hashtag that appears in one of several places. The first of these places is above the video title, which will be the same hashtags that appear in the description, or at least the first 3. You can also put hashtags in the title, and that hashtag will be clickable in the title. You can also click on the ones in the description or in the comments as well. So pretty much anywhere the hashtag can be posted, it can be clicked, and then it will take you to basically a search page that will show you other videos that have been tagged with that hashtag. Now, I'm not 100% sure how the algorithm works, whether it will show you videos relating to that hashtag that haven't been explicitly added with that hashtag. For example, if it's an iPhone review and you don't actually add the iPhone review hashtag, will it still show up if someone clicks an iPhone review hashtag? I don't know. We'll have to experiment with that. So this feature is really being integrated throughout the entire site, and we can kind of talk about what I expect with this in the future in a little bit. But first, I should mention that there are still rules that apply to using these hashtags. Of course, YouTube does not like misleading content, so using tags that have nothing to do with the video. The same applies with hashtags. So if you do, for example, an iPhone review and you just want to add the hashtag Justin Bieber just to get a bunch of views from people who are searching for that, even though it's not related at all, that will put you at risk of getting the whole video taken down like it would normally with any other tag. Also, the idea of over tagging is not allowed. In fact, if you use way too many hashtags, they say specifically more than 15, it will completely ignore all of those hashtags and it won't have any effect. So you can't add more than 15 as a hard limit, although if you add maybe too many that are less than that, it still could potentially hurt you in the rankings if you just like tag stuff with stuff that's barely relevant. And they say they could even potentially take the video down or remove it from search results if you use far too many. And also I should point out that while adding hashtags to the description is allowed, adding regular tags in the description that belong in the tags box is not allowed. So you can't just add like iPhone, comma, iPhone review, comma, iPhone 8, comma, at the end of the description. That's not allowed. That's putting tags in the description. Big no-no, and you could get your video taken down because of that, but you can put hashtags supposedly in there instead. But let's move on and talk about how this might affect how we use the site in the future, and I'm actually kind of excited to see how this progresses, because one important thing to know is this is prime real estate. Hashtags above the title, I don't think YouTube would add something there unless they had big plans for it. And I think how this might go is that these hashtags could be used to make it so your video is to be sure to be included in certain conversations, kind of like on Twitter, how if you want to tweet about a certain conversation that's going on, you use the hashtag, and then anyone else who wants to see other tweets about that conversation, they can find your tweet through that hashtag, and it's a lot easier. So the same idea might be with videos, and I think this will be especially so for more specific topics as opposed to broad topics like hashtag music. I don't think anyone's gonna really search for the hashtag music. You would just search the regular term for that. But if it's a very specific topic that you're looking for, the hashtag might be even better. But it does kind of seem a little bit redundant, so you do have to think, well, how is this any different than just searching for something regularly? What's the point of these hashtags? And that is a good question, and I think, again, this might be good for videos that are about a certain topic, but maybe it doesn't really make sense to include it in the title, in the very specific cases that would happen. So if I had to guess, I will speculate that these hashtags might have more weight in the algorithm than regular tags or even the description, and possibly even the same weight as the title. If they're putting it right above the title, it's possible that'll happen. Of course, we don't know without experimenting with it. But I think this will be interesting to see what YouTube does with this, and if they change the feature, add anything to it in the future. And I would like to know what you guys think, and I encourage you to kind of check out this feature, maybe click on a few hashtags and see, does this show you any videos that are more relevant than what you're used to? And then we could talk about that down in the comments and maybe compare notes. But other than that, hopefully you guys found this video helpful, and maybe now you have a better understanding of what these hashtags are. If you didn't know what they were all about and why they're showing up, you should have a pretty good idea now. So I guess that's it, but if you want to keep watching, I'll put some other videos right here. You can just click on those, and if you want to subscribe, I'll make a couple new videos every week, so it should be worth it. Again, I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys, so thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.